Hello everyone, my name is Sumar from Uplatz. So in the last session, what we discussed about the case studies module, and we entered into case studies. We have been completed this first module, and now we are discussing the second module, that is data analysis with the Netflix dataset. Like we know it, Netflix is a kind of movie recommendation and movie posting OTT sort of platforms. Uh, Now we have been gone through some basics, very basic. Okay. We understood about some of the things. Here I give PDF. So the PDF also you can open. According to PDF, you can write it and more than you can extend it. So that's my intention to provide it. I'll just open the notebook here. What we got done and so far. So first we loaded packages, loaded data, and we have been understand various kind of things like what is the data frame and what sort of dimensions it has. This is basically for every data set, like whether Netflix or maybe XYZ data set. So we have to use it and shape, info, columns for everything same, nothing change. Head, tail. So that's initially we are looking the data. Thoroughly we are understanding the data first. So these are the things. Now in the similar way of head, we are using sample. Head okay, tail okay, because we are looking the data in the top five rows and bottom five rows, last five rows. Okay, sometimes, but sometimes it's not better because in between some values may be error values. In between some columns, some rows might be not properly framed because maybe there is a date column, but date column is a side by other column date is there. So that might be location maybe, and location will be data. So raw data. So we are taking the raw data so that we have to look forward first the data in a clear way. So the sample will explains. Clearly we can see 4121, but when I just run it, I'll get any number, any 180. I can see 2085. But I'm looking the data whether perfect or not. For example, release date is there. This is date. This is a country. So for example, date here, country here, or maybe 92 minutes here and something that we can able to look at. That is also sample because we can't see, every value as every two or every value. But we are looking at even better than head. So you can see it is perfect. December is United States. That's good. And rating is fine. And type of comedies, dramas fine. And 89 minutes fine. Now we can see duration, one session, one season is there. Of course, maybe they might giving in minutes. Some might be season is also duration, you can say. So like this, you have been gone. Now, okay, we have been understand the data. And next option is questions, like, what sort of questions this PDF is providing. So you can expand it or you just take out here out of window, or you can make it a side by side window. That would be better. For example, just drag it. So after drag it, you can make it here right side. So you can see anywhere you can get it. For example, here, 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 or anywhere. So now this would be better. I think this would okay. This now this chart you can take it. Right side you can make it. Now right side chart is sorry. Right side PDF is there and left side notebook is there. Or you can make left to right either way. So my suggestion is that this would be right button. And if this goes to left, the context of here. Okay. Now what is here we are doing? Okay, here we are loaded the data and we are just looking the data. In the meanwhile, we are understanding the data. That's good. Then this is the question. This question is says what? Of course we have data. Right? Yeah, of course we have data. But you know, can you able to provide movies from India along with title and directors and cast, right? So generally, in general, we know it. Like first we will look at the title because we know the title. Then who is the director and what cast is there. These are the three main components a person want to watch generally initially. For example, let's take a triple R title and director is Rajabal, and we can say Junior NTR and Ram Charan is the cast. So that these three elements will explain to whether we should go to movie or not, right? So in that way we are looking. So how to look at in here Python? So we have to take LOC because these are labeled based. Country we know it, column name, label. So what I'm asking df.loc and filtering. What I'm filtering df of countries double equal to India means India only filter first, right? That's where I give it in the before comma. Before comma why we are giving because those are related to rows. Okay. And next after whatever columns we needed. For example, in my case, in our cases, title, cast, diary. We can make as a nested list. Okay. Nested list, but we will get all the data. But instead of that, I am looking sample. Okay, we will get either way. We can look at maybe sample. Now you can see we got India here. Some Trimurti is there, Anil Kapoor, Shah Rukh Khan, and Mukulana. Okay, this is one movie. Welcome to Karachi, Ashad Vosi, like that. So we are getting the data and we can able to look at certain kind of things. Right. This okay. Now, okay, we have done. I mean, this sort of things are called data analysis. These sort of things are called data analytics. Okay, the data is there, but we are analyzing. We are looking at the data, whatever content we needed, whatever content we are interested, or whatever content a company is, make sure to provide insights on top of the data. Right. That is one thing. In a similar context, duplicated. Why we are going to with the duplicated? Like I explained earlier, rows are there, but sometimes maybe they are duplicated. Same row as it is somewhere. Same row somewhere. For example, we have 1 lakh rows are there. Somewhere 13th row is there. 13th row contains, same movie, same date, same year, and everything same. Now, other thing is there, like other way, maybe 500 rows is there, 500, 23 row is there. So that is also same name, same hero, same cast, and everything. So these are nothing but duplicated, right? Now, how to get it? DF dot duplicated indicate what? Duplicated only true. Okay, otherwise false. So that whatever we are DF, so it will be filtered only those are duplicated. This is okay, but what it's giving? It's giving two different. Here you can see S684, S66, 21 movie. Okay, it's a movie, and this is Backfire, and the movie name is, and this is the something like the post of lost to poker something. Oh, these are not duplicated. These are individual different, right? These are duplicated, but original is there. Original is not showing. Just to duplicate is showing. Means what? Original one row is there somewhere. Okay. It's going into vertically. Like okay, this is original, and the next somewhere that row comes, that is duplicated. So that is what this duplicated. In the similar way, somewhere other row is also there. S6621. That is original, but after that, 66222 is the duplicated. Now, how to get it to original duplicate? Because I want to look at whether perfect or not. So for that, you have to make sure to provide keep equal to false. Means you can see here same content we got it, but extra two rows we got. You can see 683 is the first movie, which is S684. Okay. And next, if you go to here, you can see 6300. I mean, this is ID index only, but this 6300 here display. Here you can see because next item, whatever for example, here Ramesh is there, and you go forward somewhere Ramesh. So that Ramesh is duplicate, but this not first Ramesh. So that is what duplicated here we got it. And now similar way, yes, 6621 is there, 48839, but here we got double 622. index. So here you can see 6622. Like that we can understand. So make sure to provide duplicated. So the question comes to here, ask it summation. Okay, here we are looking just to duplicate it, and we have just first it's better to look at a summation and just to move forward this cell either way forward. Now first I am looking count so that I can see, okay, is there some duplicated or not, just count. Then I'm looking duplicated without original. Here we are looking with original. So the question comes to here is an okay, duplicated is there, but similar way we can see true, we got true. Okay, duplicate the value underscore. Either way you can go ahead, and here also we got it. The next question comes to here is go to duplicated here. The similar way PDF duplicated sum, we got it duplicated in place is equal to true, and the shape is there something, and we got is null dot sum. Okay. Now here we are going into further, and we are not just looking duplicated. We are also looking what are the nulls are there, what are the missing values are there. Because in visualizations, okay, in machine learning, nulls will be not allowed. Means definitely we have to fill up or remove. Machine learning cannot understand what is null. Okay, so we have to provide something towards it. Okay. In general, we can see the sum. We can see there is a null, empty. Emptiness we understood as human being, just normal. It's a not provided person has been not provided, or Netflix may be missed out. You don't know, okay? Because maybe cast is there, but mm, Netflix maybe they might not getting cast, something like that. You know? Because there is a movie, there is a producers, and there is a production house, there is a movie. Then after that, Netflix. Okay, Netflix is not just I think it can also show play the shows. I mean, it can also create. I'm not familiar, but mostly other third sources like the crab movie, whether it is Indian movie or USA movie or maybe Australian movie, we will get into Netflix. So the main role of Netflix is what? Okay, it's one of the topmost top number one company across entertainment sectors to provide a better movie to the user, whatever the user. For example, kids they are watching movie. They obviously they will watch kids related, not other. And there is a person who is related mostly like action movies. So why can't we provide action movie? Why can't we recommend with less price, or it might be something like history or mail, or it might be something like text message or anything. So that is the main goal. Okay. Treat just like a YouTube, which I explained earlier. YouTube is also similar, of course. We can see them. But when you yesterday see cricket, suddenly today open, you will get the cricket related one or two videos or five videos in the side track. Okay. So in a similar manner, it works. So YouTube is also you can just take it, and similar way we can work on. Like in Netflix. Now here I'm looking the summation of what is null. Okay, is null of sum. Now in these cases we got show ID. Obviously ID should be compulsory, like a hall ticket number of a person definitely should be there. Okay, index compulsory. So we don't have any blanks. Categories also not blank. They perfectly categorized. Title, obviously title needed. Director, some directors might be missed out. Okay, and some cast may be missed out, and country, and the release date, and the dating, and finally we can see here remaining ratings and all those things. So even though director is not there, cast is not there, country is not there, release date is not there, the rating is also not there, but duration might be here. Okay, duration should be any movie, any TV show has been durations, obviously. Type, type of the movie, like description. So these are general, so that we are getting, but some of the contents we are missed out. This here we can. Now, not only numerically we are looking, in the graphical we are also looking. Heat map will help us a lot to look at the data where the missing values are there. Now you can see it clearly gives us, these are lines, straight lines, they are giving. Those are nothing but, missing values. So in this rating, 7 are missing values, somewhere 3600 row or something, there are missing values. Okay. And remaining whatever field the total, without gap or something, then we can understand, okay, these are something like values which shows what contains. Okay. In a similar way, it is also not only providing, the way, it's also providing taking 100%, I think, 0 to 1 in it, 0.0 to 100 percentage, but how much percentage, it's having, missing values. So that's also provided, heat map. Now columns, anyhow, you can look at in the initial. So I just cut it off here. Initially, bit of somewhere. Okay, after loading. Of course, here already we have done columns, no need. Just remove or ignore that value. Okay. So here one more filtering we are doing. So what is filtering? We are doing not just only India, but we are making group by what? Yearly. Okay. So yearly we are making group by and how we are getting. That's important. And before also you can look at here. Before that we can look at this value. Sorry. So here I am looking a particular movie. Maybe you might be maybe our who is we are reporting person. He might ask, can you able to give me this movie? Related to something like good. Okay. So what sort of director, what sort of rating, and all those things. Now I can provide here. DF title House of Cards, but here I'm giving title direct rating. If you don't need this value, if you want to look at all columns, just give it a colon so that you will get all columns. You can see we got all rows. Sorry, all rows we got. But if you want to filter it, so it's your wish. So you can filter it here with simply this value. Either way, similar copy here, paste it here. So that's how it works. Or if you want to look at cell by cell, that would be better. Control Shift to -1. Sorry, Control Shift to minus. So that will be split out. Okay. Now here I'm looking all the rows, but here further we are going into looking into couple of interested columns. Sorry, all columns. Here we are interested in some columns, few columns. Either way. So like that, whatever column needed, why I'm explaining this, this should be according to data, but ultimately the structure is same. Maybe take it as other example. Uh, Designation is there, some designation, and you want to look at for directors or vice presidents or senior managers. Now, what you have to look at, what is the interested? For example, all interested column you can give it, no problem. But if you are interested, just name of the person and salary and experience. Now, what do you do it here? Name you can give it a similar way title. Salary you can give it. Experience you can give it. So that understand. Okay, this person is senior manager, or this person may be director, and he has this much salary and this much experience like that. Okay. Similarly, now we are looking data types. So anyhow, we have been looked at already data types, but unfortunate situation is what everything has been object. What is mean by that object? So object means a string, just like however we learned in the initial sessions, we understand about the strings. If you remember, like we understand about how to make uppercase, how to make lowercase, and how to cut split that into different words. And in a similar way, how to extract just images from the string. Those are nothing but strings. In data frame perspective, object is also string. Okay. So that's one thing is okay, but one thing is proper. For example, we can take release date. Release date not a string. Release date is a date related. Because I want to ask, you want to know years separate. You want to know what are the movies which are less than 2010 movies. I mean less than in the sense like before 10,000, 2010. No, we discussed about already in the date time object. If you remember, date time object, date time module, time module, date time module, and like we understood about strp time, strf time. If you remember, all those things are date related because it has date, then it can able to do it. We have like we understood about it can also segregate across total years. We went off with even for future date, like what is the in that date, what is the month, what is the year. However, we are looking in the Google, right? Similar way, we are looking whether it is a leap year or not. For example, I explained one example, 2024, which is a leap year. So in this February 29 we have, other than other months we have 28. Now, so that concept will be not applicable once it is on object. Duration is also object. Duration is also object, fine, but still, duration is also sometimes we have to change this because how do you know 60 minutes are less than 2.5 hours, right? So we have to make okay 60 hours movie or TV show is a less duration compared with other. When it is an object, so we can't segregate less than greater than. Already we discussed about the compare with the comparison operator. If you remember, comparison operator, we understand about, it won't compare with the string with value, but it will compare value with value. Means integer to integer or integer to float or whatever it might be. But less than greater than it can't, segregate. So that is the reason. So whatever proper data type is better for that particular column, we have to give that proper data type. Now the question comes to here is, okay, sir, but why it's taking objective? Did I give it or did something provided? Because we are extracting data from CSV file. Okay? Now CSV file extracting, we don't have any formatting issue. Formatting, we don't have. Sometimes we do have formattings also there. In during that time, it will be properly formatted. But in certain situations, we lost formatting. But that is the main mechanism as a data scientist or a data AI field person should be take care of. Okay. Now, okay, we understood. And the meanwhile, we are looking data types here. We are just looking the release date, and we got it here. Clear mention August 14, 20, and same thing properly framed it. First, we got month name. Next, we got a day. Third, we got after comma. Third, we got year. Okay. So this is fine. But the problem is here, it contains some spaces, leading and trailing spaces. This space is also fine. No issues because October space 31 is fine. Comma after 2020, that is also fine. But the after 2020 or before October space is there. So that's not needed. Okay. So if I go ahead here, so that space is not proper. So for that, what I'm doing, take this value, anyhow it's a string. So I have to go to str attribute and str attribute contains strip. So it will lead, it will remove leading and trailing spaces. Means before, after space, it will be removed. Now after this, PD contains to underscore data time module is function is there. So that main mod, the PD itself is contains like not just data frame. PD itself contains to underscore data time, data and date time. Now in that you can initiate whatever the column you needed. Before also we can do it. For example, here also we can do it, no problem. If you run it here, just make it here, Control Shift and S. So that is error. Okay. So that's error here we are avoiding. So let's make it error as is. So you can see it's clearly mentioned. Time date August, you can see August to 2000 till here fine. Yeah, till here fine. But whatever this file, that is called leading space. Okay. So that leading space does not match with whatever you are giving this file. So once we understand value error, this is called value error. So like I explained in the initial cases, I think 10 by 0 or something like that. That is a errors. Now, for this, what I'm doing, step, then I can apply. Same context. Copy paste and you can apply. Now this time it works. Okay. Now, when it works, then we have to recheck whether it is perfectly date type changed or not. Just go to date type. Okay, we can see everything is object, but the release date has been transformed to date times 64. The 6432-bit something is there, that's okay. Just ignore because there is a limitation is there for daytime as well, according to 32-bit and according to 64-bit operating system. Especially the limitation is there. So that's I think I discussed about something like somewhere in the daytime. That is limitation, but by default it's taking 64, no problem. Now, question comes to here is okay, this is total month, comma, day, comma, year. Sorry, month space, day, comma, year. That is the format. But what my question is, or what their question is, can you group it according to year? According to year in the sense, like just extract the year from the total whatever release date is there. Across year, just remove it. So it's filter it, take it out, and give me a value underscore counts. Means each year. Okay, each year we are getting value underscore counts is what? How many rows are there? Now, sort underscore values. So first we are doing into, sorry, value underscore counts is enough. First we, since we are doing group by, so first we are doing group by, then we are giving release date, and that contains the DT, that contains year. Now year only, this value indicates just year, nothing else. Okay. Now if you want to look at here, copy it here, and I just put it here, name, and paste it here. I can see only here we got it. The rest of the things we have ignored. Now that year I'm just taking, okay, I'm taking, and what I'm doing, st show id under dot counts. Why I'm taking show id here? Because it's not needed show id, right? Show id needed because show id is every row has show id, means zero. Sorry, zero nulls. Show id is present for every data. So that count is a company, sorry, count is a simple function. It will count the number of, not like, summation. It's a like counting. For example, Aadhaar number is there, something like, 4376133. That's 1%. Then Aadhaar number is also another number is there. So that is another person, second. And then is other counting. We know it a counting is indicates what? First, second, third, fourth, like that. Okay. So 1 plus 1 addition, or we can just count. Okay. Now the question comes to here, show ID count. That's why we are taking. And after that, we are sorting values. What is value sorting? So whatever we are getting extracted count now, that I want to. So you can see. Some might also ask, like, can you give me which year one movie is released? Just one movie released which year? So for that same answer, this answer. This answer will explain clearly. Because we are filtering, we are sorting, and we are looking. Can you able to know it? Can you give me some years? Which will be, can you give me some years, or can you give me years more than 100 movies released? So what is the same answer will be helped us. So more than 100 movies released from the 2021 to but not to 2000 listed out 2021, 2016, maybe early year is also we are getting extra maybe. Current year is also low. We don't know. So listed. These are listed 2021, 2016, 17, 18, 20, and so further in the same output, we are framing and can frame ourselves plenty of questions, lot of questions. So just now I asked you what is just one movie released in that across total year. Now you might ask or we might know. Say 2010, we got only one movie released across globe because we are taking data from United States. We are taking data from India. Never. Okay. Across globe, only one movie is released totally. So that indicates what? This is a sample data. Okay. What data we are collected, the data with real-time data, but we are just taking whatever the data. Maybe Netflix has in that year maybe one movie. We don't know. But that is makes sense like the data which contains. So if we take real exact data, exact location of the data, you might get plenty of movies in the 2010. But for understanding, make sure to know it. I'm taking 2008 to 2020. 12 years, 12, 2021, I think. So 2008 is the less it might be, maybe 2007, some zero also there. We don't know. So if you want to find out only years, you can look at just count also fine. For example, here is fine. 2000 year. 2025, I think. I can see unique. Okay. Then you can ask to count. Count or length. Let's just count. We will repeat. Okay. Till here is found. First, what we do? So that's the approach we have to go ahead. Just first print these values. Then apply this values to this. Change it in this here. Now we are looking two values. One is this value, one is that value release. And this indicate unique values, not duplicated, just two unique values. Of course, NaN is also there. Let's ask it length. Because that is a list only. We know it length function. Length will be provide how many values are there. Let's look at 50 movies are there, 15 years are there total. Okay. Even NaN is also counted. The answer is might in the release year, what is the duplicate of how many duplicates are there? In the release date, 10 movies are 10 are NaNs, right? But that is a single NaN. Content length is nothing but it will give us, I think it won't count. For that, just give it like this. My question is like, where is the law? Okay. So to make sure to understand, just give it one more custom example. For example, I want to take length of some list, take it as a 56 and minus 89 and begin. And here, NP, I know how we got it, np.nan and just give it. So length I'm asking. Now we got 4, right? And PD is also contained NP. Okay. PD, I think DF contains a name or something. No, not NP. Math contains a name. Now I can see NaN is also counted. Okay, length is nothing but whatever the value is there, so that will be counted. Okay. So that is what, and what about if I take np.nan one more time? We got five, right? So it's not counting unique. Unique already we done early. Okay. Uh, Unique we make it. So after unique we are making ask 50 nothing but. So if you deduct just NaN, 14, you can say 14 in general normal. That's about total year. And the same way, we are looking not just only data as a data like tabular, but we are looking the data as a like grouping. Okay, sorry, visually we are looking so that we can see these values. Okay, didn't see in here, but let's see. 2019, a lot of movies has been released. We got to understand here clearly. And value underscore counts. Okay, this is fine. Uh, this question is indicated just by looking only, we can understand easily. So, uh, can you please provide each category uh, count of movies, right? So, each category count of movies is not good. Gross we can say because movie is also there, TV show is also there. But I can see movies are 5,000 change, 300, 5,379. But a TV shows us 2,410. So the name is also giving clearly count. Okay. This name we didn't give it, just DF understand value underscore counts is a kind of class. That class is count class. So that is the reason we are getting this value. Now in the similar manner, we are looking that category value underscore counts. So here also they have been gone value underscore counts. They have been look at as a bar chart. Okay. So they are going and look at the bar chart, but we are going forward and we are just looking at pie chart, a small change. So why should we go for bar chart? Why should we go for pie chart? Because these are only two, movie, TV show. They are very less. So for less counts, duration is more, difference is more. Like pie chart is even better rather than bar chart. If you have, for example, above cases, bar chart is better. This because lot of categories are there. But in these cases, I'm not going into a lot of categories. We are going into only few, three or five or maximum better. Okay, pie chart. Still, the difference might be lot. For example, TV shows are very less compared with movies, so that I can easily understand. Okay, this contains lot compared with TV shows. TV shows, right? So that's where it's giving. Right. In the similar way, it is also having labels. Okay, so if you want to look at df dot plot, okay, it's still running. So if you want to look at df or dot plot, okay, and file labels, legend, I think. So we can see it's clearly mentioned here. X dot label, okay, axis separate we are giving. Or just look at here, no need. Just post run it, then go for shift tab. Just give it here. Or you can store it this value into somewhere. First, df underscore add with this value. Okay, see. Once we store the values, then we'll get it. Okay. Uh, so now we got it what? Here we can see examples they are giving clearly. Index also they provided. Okay, indexes and what indexes you want to give it. Mm, ticket size is fine. But they just take it this way, simply. Copy, no problem. And the practice only like this. So we can work on here because they it's a still dictionary. We know dictionary. It's a clearly dictionary which contains key values and which giving indexes. Nothing else. Okay. Now just run it. This is just data frame. And after this data frame, what they are doing, they are making plot. Now you can see. So we got legend here, right? So we got legend here. So how we got legend is important thing because they are giving as the index. Okay. So in the index context, what we have to give it here? So value underscore count is fine and plot just five. If okay, and fly. Category. Category is fine, right? Or just look at here, category. Yes, the problem is here I'm just creating DF now. So it's storing that DF, reset. So just make it a DF here. So that's a problem. Again, you have to load. So the problem here indicate what? Again, we have to run it. Just run it one by one. Whatever recent, it will take it that value. So that's the question here. Yes, it should be latter. Still the object is there. After this, you can make it. Then we can look at here first data. Then we have to look at. Then we can change it here. If we use this value first, we have to put it. Think we should go forward. Let's turn. Now you can see it's clearly users count. Now okay, fine. Now this time we'll get it. This time we got it value underscore after that dot plot. This is just for looking. Uh, I just copy here and paste it after here. So already labeled it. Already we got it. The only thing is you want to look at value underscore counts. We have to give the legend. Legend we didn't get it right. So here we'll get it. So we didn't get it here. So just click okay. We look at this value. So first we have to take it these values into where we are looking that values into pie chart, nothing else. So legend we can provide it. Legend in the sense already we got it here displaying clearly. Uh, okay, so here we are looking more such values like the number of movies released in particular year. So for that I have to go ahead with the movie category code and these values and we got it how many count. Similar way we are getting these values. Now the question will extend, not only that value, will extend, such kind of, example, and we can able to look at here. So number of titles released, right? Number of titles, right? So here, what is the question? Top 10 directors who gave highest number of movies or web series. What is it? Just just zoom it. Now here, so this value make it more long and just enter and just make it something like bold. So HTML also you can use it either way if you want to make it as such values. Now, top 10 directories, what? Top 10 directories of who gave highest number of movies or web series. Now, I have to look at here. First, I have to look at what? DF. Then after, I have to provide what are the directors, director name, director. And here, I have to take the value underscore count, underscore counts, and I have to take it here ready so that we will get top points. Little busy. Okay, so it's quick and slow. Now we got it here. What we got it here, top 10 directors who gave highest number of movies or web series. Okay. Uh, okay. In our cases, we are getting okay, this value, fine. But we didn't get this value, right? 13, 12 is fine. 13, 12, 7. Here 923 is fine. Okay, sorry. Headed 10, they give it. Only first five looking. 10, you can filter it. So that's a mistake. Not mistake, just we are looking top five and we are going with more than that. So because the question is here 10. Okay. So that we are getting these people, these directors who are, more than 10 movies directed. Okay. In the total across data. It's not about a year, but it's about total data. And these persons are across 15 years of data, I think. So in that year's data, these are the directors who are released, who are making the movies direct this mode. Now next question: show the records where category is movie and type is comedy or country is UK. Either way. So here question is something like this. So first, we want to know, we want to understand here this values and make it something bold. Just put it here and make it bold here. What is the question here? Show the records. Records in the sense rows where category should be movie and type is a means comedy movie they need either comedy movie or UK movie. Either way both. If it is UK also we will get it. If it is not UK comedies also we will get it. Okay. So in this case, so first we have to look at here df dot category equal to movie first, and we will get that value first. Then after I have to give it and because of let's try it here. Now just expand here. Just write it here. We can see here we are giving or. Okay. So what is the what is the let's look at here. First we are filtering category moving. That's okay. And we are giving parentheses here. We can see we close this value and along with df type str because it's a string. Str contains comedies. Why we are going with the contents, not just we are looking comedies? Because if you look at the type of value, it just not only contains single value, it contains comedy, comma, drama, comma, and something, comma. So if you look at here, you can see here dramas is there, here musicals is there, here international movies are there, here international movies are there. So contents means it will go and look at that word. Okay, so rather than single value. If it is just a horror only movies, if it is just a dramas only contents, then we can go for drama, just directly dramas, no problem. In the early we are going with the India country because India itself is country, India only there. India, comma Hyderabad or India, comma Chennai. So in that cases, it won't find India. So we have to give contains so that whatever the string contains, which contains comedies, so that will be filtered. Okay, that will be filtered, and the case is called false. Why we are given? Maybe some of them lowercase, some of them uppercase. Okay, and maybe they might give capital C in MEDIS. And because it's a case sensitive language, Python, somebody might be mentioned capitally. Okay, ultimately it's a comedies, right? So here I'm giving here these values or df dot country equal to United Kingdom because we know it United Kingdom, and now we are getting into two such values. Okay, so when I just ask it and we'll get it here. So these are the movies listed out. Movies are, they are the either comedy related, or either they are from the UK. Okay, both. I mean, we contains UK here. We contain. For example, here we got UK, sir. But why we are getting India? Because it's a comedy related. So if we go ahead here, let's look at here this value. You can see we got comedy here. Comedy is there. So one is comedy is there. Here we got India. Okay. So this is UK, but it's not comedy. Sorry, here type sports movies. Sport movies, but even though it's not a comedy, it's related to UK. So either UK or comedy means both will be filtered out. Countries, okay, we are looking one country, either some might like like the same way which I explained, our manager or senior person who is taking care of project, or who is head, they might ask, can you give me comedies and as well as UK? So in that cases, you can filter like this. Post df dot country equal to movie just, because they are asking only movie, not TV shows. And type of str contains. Why we are going contains? Because we know it is multiple values are there, comma separated values. So in that cases, and why we are giving it the case? Because Python is a case sensitive. It's only look for the capital C in lower cases remaining. But other things also there. We don't have case sensitive. So case will be make fonts. Okay. So it won't consider just lower case. We consider any value. Okay. So that is the across total we can see clearly, and we got it here very clearly for those movies. So now the next question, let's move forward. These are the movies. Uh, Here question then is what? In how many movies or TV shows Tom Cruise was casted? So we know that Tom Cruise, Hollywood, he is the hero, and that person who is casted, what are the movies? Okay. So for that, first create a unique something like um, first double star. Just to give it a question here. Now, how to filter it? Anyhow, we the name itself is explained clearly, casting, okay? And they are also asking either movies or TV shows. So some might be person, that person might be acted in a TV shows as well, right? For example, in Telugu, we can see Balakrishna, his movies are there, and he is showing some interviews also. They are connecting like some casting, some TV show. I do not remember, but that is also presented. So in that cases, a person was looking into movies as well as TV shows or TV shows either way. So for that, what we have to do first, you have to take it this, I just copy paste it. So, okay, that's all. Hmm. So here what we are doing, we're taking first a length, okay, because how many, obviously we will get the length here, first thing. And what we are doing here, df anyhow we have to take df cast str contains Tom Cruise. Okay? Because we know it the same way. Cast is not just only single number, single person. So it might be side characters are there, some casting heroine names also there, and some comedians also participate. I mean, in that movie, they are a part of it. Okay, so cast is mostly main cast, not other people, but it is main people who are main hero, heroine, and relevant story, main storytellers. Okay, in that movie. Now here, what we are person is asking Tom Cruise, and similar way we are just making cases called false for this as well. maybe Tom Cruise, they might, return into where out of particulars. NA is also we are making faults because sometimes NA is also there, missing values. Okay. So that's we can just filter, make it so that we are getting length is we are getting an NA equal to false. Okay. Here, because of NA is equal to false here contains, I mean, in the contents generally. Now it will go ahead and it will be only two movies. Okay. So Tom Cruise is a part of not only this is movies, it might be TV shows or movie shows, but ultimately we are getting here. Okay. So that is a value which contains here, these values. Now, if you want to look at here, similar way, just look at here. Let's say these are those two. Let's see Tom Cruise is somewhere presented. Tom Cruise somewhere presented. And so both are movies, but different movies. Rain Man and Mongolia. Okay. So that is how we are looking the data. And next one comes in here. What is the what are different rating provided by Netflix? So this total question on across total Netflix. Okay. So rating might be different companies or we know it like ABCD also rating sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is also rating some situations or A plus B or A plus plus or something those are also. But as per Netflix, what sort of Netflix providing ratings? So that's important. Uh, First, you can make it this markdown simply. Then create here star. Now, rating unique just now, however, just now we've gone through look at countries, so years. Same approach they applied here. Okay. DF dot rating or DF square bracket rating, either way. So anyhow, we discussed in the data pandas module. But here a person is asking unique so that we are getting these ratings. Okay. So this is one rating, TV on MA, and R is one some rating, and PG 13 and PB 14, like that we can see. Okay. So NAN is also we got it, but this is not a rating. This is a missing value. So just ignore that value, but remaining are we can see clearly a unique value. So clearly it mentions these are the ratings which Netflix is providing. Okay. So they kind of ratings we can say. Now, what is the next question? How many movies got the TV 14 ratings in Canada? Even we are going further. Okay, we are looking how many movies got the TV 14. For example, here TV 14, right? So TV 14, but a specific country they are asking, Canada. Maybe the client is related to maybe Canadian movies or something. Maybe they might ask in that way. So the question comes here is this is a question. Okay, we are making here. Now just make it here and put a colon because we are segregating into separate values so that you can clearly understand later on. Okay. And every time just save it. So couple of seconds also it's auto save, but it's better to save. Now next similar way we are just questioning. These are Canadian related movies. We can see double equal to we are using here because we are comparing with the exact value. Okay. Now DF rating because rating is just one only value. It's not contains or something. cast like, different names. It's just only one rating they are provided per movie, for one movie or for one TV show. So in that cases, definitely double equality is sufficient. What I'm doing here, DF rating double equal to TV 14 and TV country equal to Canada. In the early cases, we return R, right? Because in that cases, situation they are asking United Kingdom or comedy movies. So in that cases, R is better because this or that. But in these cases, and is better because both they needed. So 23 we got it. Now, if you want to look at the 23, just do it here simply. Because these are the values. So now we can able to look at here. Let's run it here. So these are dot movies. Okay. Now just filter it here and you can look at. So better look at here. Or country Canada you can see clearly. Okay. And meanwhile, so country is not only that value. It's also you have to move forward here. TB14. So TB14 Canada, TB14 Canada, exact matches. Okay, so they are getting that combination, and those are count. Of course, that is count. We are here. Now the next question, comes to here. How many movies get R rating? Similar way. Okay, but here we are taking year. Okay, not just that value, but here we are taking that year as well. So for that, what we have to do it here, anyhow, we change it into turned into here to something like value. I'll just paste it here. Sorry. Sorry. I just copy here. Of course, you can also note it, type it, no problem. Now, I just want to put out here. Now, in the similar manner, we are looking same value. So I'm not going into each, but can able to see here. But how they have written code is important, and that is what I want to explain. Okay, how we are changing. For example, pie chart, unique also we are looking, and every year is there, skip or something. So that is not there in the PDF. We are doing. Okay, pie chart that is not there, but we are doing because those are just two values. Okay, so like this, there is a something like PDF is there that is okay to learn it or extend it to ourselves with our custom information, custom questions. So that makes sense for and to know if the values. Now 226 movies are there which contains rating as R and only in 2019. Okay. Now similar way, you just move forward here and what is the max duration of movie, okay, or shows in the dataset. Okay. So now the question here is, we are going further with not only just rating directors, cast, we are going further with what? Duration. Okay. So this will, we are looking the data analysis in a better way to look at not only just one value, but we are looking in a group of contents in a different perspective of different columns. Now just change it here. So here change it into Mocam, just control enter. And what is doing here? df dot duration value underscore counts, because we know it how many values are which contains these values. And here we will get these values. Okay. So duration value underscore count, we got it here 1680. And the question is what generally? What is the maximum duration of movie or TV show in this data set? So seasons is there. Okay. And if you want to look at that values, I think duration. Okay. Duration we are looking. Okay. Duration and value underscore count we are looking. Okay. Season is there, seasons is there, because one is one season related plot. Okay, in that data set. Two seasons, because plural, three seasons. and some 90 minutes movies, some 93 minutes movies, 191 movies, something like that. And here minutes unit, okay, duration, star split, expand, and equal. So here, what we are doing, even further we are doing, okay, whatever minutes are extracting separate, unit seasons I am taking into separate file. Okay. Now the question here is entirely changing the data. So till here, whatever we change it, just the only data type we change it, right? Data type only we change it to release date to something like objective to date. But here, what we are doing, we are creating two columns, okay, and extracting duration from, and we are splitting that entire duration into two parts, okay, and with relevant with the space, okay, and expand is equal to is also same way like expand is equal to right, okay. So here minute if you look at here, everything contains here one space season, two space seasons, 90 space minutes, 93 space minutes, 182 space minutes, and 233 space minutes. So that's what we are filtering. We are, we are making like two parts. One is just value minutes, and the second is a count. Okay. Of course, so some of them seasons, but at least we understood, it will go ahead with the after space. We can understand by looking at, okay, these are the seasons. I'll just run it. Now you can see we got a measure minutes separate and units separate. Okay. But what about if you look at df dot head? Df dot head we can look at. You can see two new columns were added, measures units. Just now we added two columns separate. Okay. So that's what data we're changing. Now, if you want to look at this minute type, data type, okay, was we have to look at the data type as well. So once we go ahead with the data, it will show it data type. So in these cases, okay, data type we got it, but the problem is object stick. Object, you can see single value, it's giving as a object like this instead of series. Now the question comes to here is object is not make sense because minute we understand a number, like I earlier explained number. So if I want to understand, 0 is less than 1, it can't, segregate and it can't find because both are the strings. Okay. So we have to tell, this 0 indicate nothing, number, and 1 indicate number. So that Python or generally any programming language can understand, okay, 0 is a number less than, I want to compare with 1, okay, this number. So here we are doing such kind of things. We are converting data types to integer. Okay. Now it will be converted to integer as integer 64. So like I explained earlier, it's something like limitation only. So if you want to look at you just Google also, you'll get it. What is the limitation? Now we are converting. Now just look at again df.dtypes. So every time just we want to work on, then you can look at the df.dtypes. Now it's clearly mentioned what are the data types are available. Now we can see it converted to int. Earlier it is object. Okay. So now the question comes to here is, oh, we got the integer, or you can just ask single, either way, double or single. I mean, all are maybe one value, just convert it to understand. Now, in these cases, we can see int. Okay, early we got object or string. Now, question. So, what is the maximum minutes? They want to know it. Okay, so you just write it like this, but maximum it will be find. This is an aggregated value. It will find it that value, it aggregated, and it will calculate that value, right? So here clearly mentioned df minutes dot max, and we are adding minutes string as well, so that we are getting that value. So the maximum duration in this entire data set is 312 minutes. So 312 minutes is the maximum duration movie or TV show. We got it here. Now next question. Which individual country has maximum number of TV shows? So this is we can see which individual country, okay, and which has this kind of mm, TV shows, right? Next question here. Now what is? First, we have to segregate TV shows separate categorically. Then, for that, I have to look at country and value underscore count. Sort underscore values, I have know it. Ascend is equal false and head of one. Just we are looking just one. Because which individual country has maximum? They are asking maximum number of TV shows. Okay. So now we can see United States has the most, they are telling the comment as well. So first we are filtering here, just we are looking TV show because they're asking just a TV shows now. So TV shows presented in the category column. They didn't mention category because that's our wish, our knowledge. TV shows, when they ask in TV shows, we have to understand, okay, that is related to category. When somebody, question like, Tom Cruise, I have to understand it's a cast. Okay? Somebody will question like, 330 minutes, then I can understand duration. So that's our skill set, our understandable knowledge. Okay. Somebody says like, directed in a name, like Titanic director or somebody director name. Then we have to understand, once they are telling names, then we have to understand the column, which column. So here TV shows indicate which contains in the category column. Now, what we are looking here, first we are filtering TV shows separately, and we are asking country, and we are looking value underscore counts, and we are making sorted because value underscore counts, okay, we are getting each count, now, and we are making sort, and we are assigning equal parts, and we can give it just head one, top one. So we can see the answer is United States, which contains a lot of TV shows, okay, lot of TV shows, and then we can understand and we can explain to the person like United States is the highest. So the next question comes to here, find out the instances where category is movie and type is drama. Okay, so this is also a similar question. For this, I just copy it here and paste it here. I just want to look at here, and put a push copy and this run it. Now, what is the question here? Find out the instances where category is movie and the type is drama. These are two columns. One is category. Second thing is something like type, because drama related, right? Content, sorry. It's related to uh, type. Okay. Now, here we can see clearly. So sometimes also just I am copy pasting, but you can just my suggestion for you to write it down without looking answers. Then you can look forward with where you are making mistakes. So that's better practice. But for time's sake, I'm just not writing. For the explanation sake, we're just going with a copy paste. Now, what are we are doing here? Okay. Here a person is looking at the values. Okay. At the same time, person is looking just 15. But what we have written is important. First, we have written category equal to just movie, and we are making under. Why? Because here they are giving under, not R. Okay. So find out the instances as nothing but rows only. Instances or records or rows or examples like I explained in the terminology, if you remember. So instances is also nothing but rows. Find out instances where category is movie and type is a drama. Okay. Now what I'm going with the same way type. So in these cases, I have to remember we have to make sure to understand contents because some movies may be drama, comma action. Some movies can be drama, comma comedy. Okay. So like that, we can understand. Okay, we got it here. So these are the movies which contains what drama as well as uh, movie. So you can see here it's clearly mentioned movie, and if you go forward here, there is contains dramas. Dramas is there, okay, and dramas is there, but these are movies, not TV shows. These are movies, okay. So that is the part we have to work on, and we have to look at. Now let's make sure to provide here for the way. I think this is the same answer, right? Okay, that's the end of the story. Now my suggestion is like oh, okay, some others also there, kids related. So same way, but another question, find out the instances like which contains kids TVs, kids TV and which contains. Now just copy here. Same question, similar question, I would say, but we are extending with kids related. Now, what is the question? Hmm. So here, similar approach, but a DF category is equal to because they are asking TV shows. Early they did we didn't movies. Okay? Movie and type is called drama. Okay. Here TV shows type is called kids. Kids TV shows. Now same way you can just move ahead and find out if the records or rows or instances where category contains category is a TV shows and type is a kids related TV. Now just question it and we'll make sure to understand. Invalid character somewhere. Okay. So this is the mechanism which follows. So you can see this is the TV show and which contains Kid City. Okay, two season or something like that. Okay, so that's what about total. I want to say the entire module explanation. Almost to be completed. There is no questions. I think. Okay. Okay. So this is the way we understood how to make a data analysis. What sort of filtering we have been worked on. So we have been used plenty of things here. Okay, just for within the pandas, and we have been gone through even some visualizations. So first we loaded the data. Okay, and then we understand about the initial data points, like what type of data object it is, and how many dimensions it contains, it holds, how many rows and columns. In the meanwhile, what are the columns? Okay, and meanwhile we are looking into head. Okay, head, just not head only. Little bit error or something. Just make it comment here by just turning again. Like that you can see. Okay, this is a difficult question. See, head is not a function, but its attribute is also there. I think we look at here small thing, but that's where we are looking. Not only just head is also not only function, it is also an attribute. This is difficult. Okay. So, so that's how it works. Okay. And once we loaded the data, we make sure to understand here sample, and we just work with the simple data like not only just we are looking sample of all, but we are looking certain country and certain countries which contains we are filtering it some title, some caste, some directory. Okay, and we are also going with the duplicated, and we'll just understand how many duplicates are there, and we are looking the duplicates in a heat map that will be explained clearly, and we are looking some titles, some related to titles which contains movie names, along with some director names, cast or something. Data types we have been gone, but everything is an object. So, but certain cases we have to turn it to change it. So for that release date, obviously date. So we just change it the date, and we understood how many rows which contains more movies released in that particular year. So we made it group by, and we just look at in the bar chart. And in the meanwhile, we are looking into bar chart with categories and pie chart. Pie chart, this is only for example. So don't worry about these values. This is for just for make sure to example. It's not a part of the relevant example. I'm just typing so that it might not confuse or other might. So we are going it this way, and we'll just understand. Let's make it this code, full notebook. Now, so okay, we are looking not only that one, we are looking top 10 directories, which has highest number of movies in the or web series. So we are using UK as well as categories, and we understood filtering the data. And similar manner, we just go with how many movies or teams which Tom Cruise was casted. So like that, we just went off it slowly one by one, and we understood about all the analytical part. So to filter, we change the data types. Similarly, duration is there, but duration is not a number. It contains separate like words and minutes and all those things are there. So we have to filter it based on the convert to numeric so that we can understand which maybe is released most of the duration. Okay. So that's we work. And in this meanwhile, we also understand what categories of movies which contains kids related, what categories of movies, what type of movies which will contains, you know, like action, dramas or something like that. So this is about the total data analysis. I hope you all understand about how this case study will be help us to make sure. My suggestion or my advice is to take any of sort of public data or any sort of GitHub or Google or Kaggle or any way. So similar knowledge you can apply on top of. So this is okay. We are taking entertainment sector. So if you take entertainment sector is also fine. Like YouTube is there, some other OTT platforms also there. They provide it, and that's not a private data. It's a public data only So no issues. I can practice out in top of to learn further to uptake, upgrade and extend your skill set. So that's overall module and this module. Now we will look at into healthcare data, heart failure data, because this is also important because right now heart failure is the topmost disease. We don't know like not only right now seniors or age people, now we are getting heart attacks even young people as well. Right? So this will be make sense to learn further, and we'll end up with the end-to-end press case study and we find out how this it can be utilized for the entire your AI career. So that's the last. Thank you very much and thanks for watching all the session. Thanks a lot.